Shalom, 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 shalom. I want to start off by giving all praises, all honor, and all glory to call Loyum, La Yahawah, Bahasham, Yahawashi, Bahasham, Rachahakodash, double honors to the elders, to the apostles, told me this truth, peace and salutation to the Akim, across the four corners of the earth, pushing this truth with faith and with sincerity, as well as risking their lives on the freedom to do so, now more so than ever. Shalom to the Israelite foreigners scattered abroad, on the land of other nations, appearing like the other nations, subscribe to the truth. To you, I say Shalom. It's Brother Yahawashi coming at you with another lesson through the Spirit and through the power of Yahawah, Bahasham, Yahawashi. This lesson is inspired, like pretty much, this is just I ain't gonna say impromptu because I'm gonna come with scriptures, but, you know, I'm kind of ranting and raving, and just, this is through the Spirit because literally I wasn't even planning on doing a video. I was listening to videos, and the Spirit compelled me to do a video. Because, you know, as much as you don't think you thought of, or the Lord be listening for real. The Lord know exactly what He's doing. And that's scary. Because none of us know what the Lord really doing. Scriptures talk about in the book of Amos chapter 5, woe to them that desire the day of the Lord. To what end is it for you? Because none of us know if we are the elect. But I was listening to a whole totally different video. I see the video by an elder I respect, and I ain't trying to show no names or nothing. But, you know, at the end of the day, is a particular elder. He did a video that caught my attention. He was like, "Cut that bitch loose," you know, because he went into some stuff, and it was so much spiritual. I said a lot of stuff just like yesterday at my camp, right? And it was like everything I said, he was saying, right? Because it take one to know one, you know what I'm saying? Because at the end of the day, like, that's a kindred spirit, you know what I'm talking about? And the thing is, I've never met that man personally. I'm going to say this much, though. I can feel his pain, and I think you can feel mine. That's spiritual. So I'm going to say this. I highly respect a lot of brothers, because the thing is, no matter what I've suffered and how much it might seem off or fucked up, it's never off because it's the will of the Lord. It happened. And that's a hard pill to swallow, for real. You know, I'm still trying to figure out, did they put something in the air? I'm sick. I got a household of 4, right? 2 of us sick and 2 of them not. That's the balance. And I don't get sick. They'll tell you, they be like, "Daddy, you never get sick." The whole house be sick. I won't be sick. I'm sick. Hope this shit be sick. Fuck this place. Like, at the end of the day, how much I'm tired of this place. I trust in the Lord so much, even if I'm not of the elect, I trust the Lord got something for me regardless. The kingdom is better than this, even if I ain't on the upper echelon. You know what I'm saying? Like, fuck. And I know Jake be like, this nigga crazy, but at the end, Jake, that would make him funny too, because I laugh like that. You just start laughing. No, this shit is like a joke, but it's a, you know, if you ever watched, it was a comic book, with Mr. Manhattan and, the comedian and all that. The fuck is the name of that movie? It's a comic book though. Long story short, it was like the world was like retarded. Like this place. See, now it's gonna bother me all night too, because I should remember it. That show you how you like kind of like disassociating with shit. And you're gonna have to. You're gonna have to learn to be unsympathetic and like learn to detach from reality. Not reality, but from this present evil world, because this world is truly evil. I mean, but not to keep this prolonged on that little shit. That's why I wasn't even planning on doing a video. But the Spirit compelled me to do one. At the end of the day, brother was just talking about a lot of stuff I said recently, and it just like really like incited my spirit. I said I had to do a lesson on it because at the end of the day, you know, only thing that really truly matters is this truth. All this shit is uh, like a vapor, like the book of Ecclesiastes talk about. Like they'll be here today and gone tomorrow. From your bitch to your money to all that. And like I said, I've always said acquired taste. Certain brothers don't like to use, because words have power. But at the same time, a lot of these women act like dogs. So I call them bitches. I don't try to call I've never, I don't believe, called my daughters a bitch. I mean, I don't remember everything all the time. And like Jake, the second Jake I heard say, if you bug out, then you bug out. If I bug out, well, again, may the Lord protect everybody that know me or know, but at the end of the day, everything's the will of the Lord. I don't think I'm going to bug out. I still have some sense. You get what I'm saying? I'm saying I just was being honest. Before they lie on me, I don't like y'all don't like me. The fuck? But I ain't going to just go, again, since I've been here for a whole year, the first day I got into it, and I ain't been a nigga yet, but I could be a nigga that you want to really try and do something to. Now get away with it. Show me you can do it. Like, I'm ignorant to the point where you'll try to do it. Like, the fuck? But I ain't trying to be him. You know what I'm saying? I'm trying to really, we supposed to grow. But we ain't supposed to be no GDs and no shit like growth and development. You know what I mean? We supposed to grow spiritually. It's spiritual that they even doing all. That's how you know this shit over with. Commuted his sentence, but yet and still, he ain't really commuted. He still, because they gave that nigga life sentences. Wanna know why? Because that nigga had power. And to show you he has no power now, you got people that be on TV that's talking about, oh, he's an old head nigga. Yeah. I mean, I can name rappers like a G Herbo. Like, fuck that nigga. You know what I mean? Like, if the Lord, everything the will of the Lord. I'm going to say this much and say that. I don't respect that shit. Like the one dude said, he said, you disrespecting these legends. I just figured out recently why New Yorkers call themselves gods. Then today, or this morning, I saw a video with Cameron and what's the name talking about they shouldn't wear them hats. All because of how bad Diddy making look New York. Or Diddy making New York look. Well, that shit been going on throughout the country. You gotta remember, this country is founded on rape, robbery, and fucking murder. I'm gonna call this a rant. That's the name of this fucking video. At the end of the day, long story short, only reason why I made this video because the elder said so many points that actually moved my spirit. Because at the end of the day, what I went through wasn't in vain. I don't think I'm the sorcerer supreme or no shit like that. Everything I went through took pain. But at least somebody saw something. And if it corrects stuff or help somebody, I'm gladly to take that pain on the face. I've never told this actual story, but I'm going to tell it at this moment. I said certain things about when I left the camp. It was certain things I remember doing. And the only thing I didn't say was, we was into Naruto, right? And Naruto, I'm into anime to a degree. I don't watch all that shit, but I like the Naruto. Naruto's actually, like certain cartoons ain't for children. Naruto is a cartoon I'll never let my children watch. Because I never watched the beginning seasons, but the one I watched, I was like, oh no, this is some deep, dark shit. And I don't remember everybody's name. Brother was looking at me because I knew certain things about Naruto. He's like, I thought you would know that. No, I ain't into it like you. But I do know what I'm watching because I see the spiritual aspect of it. But it was a guy on there called Mike Guy, right? And Mike Guy was called or considered corny. But Mike Guy was called Mike because he had a jutsu, he had a style, a form, a power that was different from everybody's. He only took on one pupil, and they only could pass it on to one person. So they would have one child, and it usually be a boy, and they pass that spirit on to their son. My guy was considered corny, but he was one of the most powerful characters in the show. And he used to know how to manipulate his chakras. To the point where he sacrificed himself, where he battled against the most wicked, powerful power, and he whooped on the power. And he died. But he was actually like taken up, like I ain't gonna say it was a chariot, but he was taken up before he just was completely destroyed because he was utilized. You get what I'm saying? Everything happens for a reason. Everything. And I wholeheartedly believe that. And brother titled a video, I think he gonna come out with it today, at some time. But he said, will offense make you take off your garment? Scriptures talk about offenses shall come. But woe to them that do the offenses. Jake really don't understand what they involved in. I have never talked about everything I've sung. Yes, it has to be ordered with everything you fucking do. I respect certain men because at the end of the day, every man is not built the same. No, everybody not gonna relate to everything. And some men, like I heard Jake say, certain men are supposed to be cooler than others. I mean, certain men are gonna be cooler with others because they got those packs, soul ties, whatever the case. But I also heard brothers say you're supposed to try to get cool with. You're supposed to try to get cool with every brother. How else are you gonna call yourself a brother? This shit about to get real wicked. Lock in, buckle up, and sit tight and watch the show begin. It's the book of Romans chapter 12 and verse 1. I had a bracelet my sister gave me, and it had this scripture. I can't find it. And I know nobody stole it off my wrist. And I rarely lose things nowadays. But that just show you how tired I am. You need to be locked into what you really, unless you don't really believe in this. Having one foot in the world and having one foot in the truth is going to get you destroyed. And a nigga like that, I don't want to be around because there's a nigga. I don't give a fuck how many scriptures he know. Romans chapter 12 and verse 1. I beseech you therefore, brethren, by the mercies of the Most High, that ye present your bodies as a living sacrifice, wholly acceptable unto the Most High, which is your reasonable service. Now, I heard the elder make mention of you got men moving a certain kind of way. They favor certain men more than others. I was reading the book of James today, right? Show you how spiritual it was. I was reading James as many times as I've read it. Because I've read all the scriptures. My memory's so poor, I don't remember them like that. I read it today. It says in the book of James, you're not literally supposed to favor one man over another. That's in the book of James. Go look it up. And the elder was saying the same shit. So I was like, damn, that's amazing. Now, this is not a today video. To show you how the spirit be working. Your reasonable service is to forsake the ways of the world, what the world seems. Because think about it. Again, I know firsthand and foremost that literally every time I've tried to do what was contrary to what the majority vote was, the scriptures talk about falling out of a multitude to do evil. Every time I went against the grain, holy hellfire came. Well, I call holy hellfire as the ICBMs, but you can get that spiritual hellfire too. The Lord say, well, I'm going to test you. Is you going to buck up? What you going to do? I'm working at a job. I said I was. Well, for the moment, I wouldn't go crazy. But the point is, I'm working at a job where I was allowed, because, they say I got a mean temperament. I'm a junkyard dog, right? So the Lord showed me, he gave me an Edomite that literally got a bark, and everybody didn't like to work around him. But I worked around him And I bit my tongue the whole time. I just really told him about himself like the other day. But everybody asked me questions to the point I never told nobody I cussed his ass out. Somebody saw it because the Lord watching everything, right? And I said, at the end of the day, I said, I'm a grown-ass man. But he really ain't even a bad guy. He just like young or delusional or something. Like he don't understand. You don't know what you're dealing with. I don't know what the fuck you think. You know, like, because I could pretty much get away with a lot. I could read the Bible on my job and not get fucked with. Call a lawyer and lie Yahawashi. You know, the Lord gave me a taste of my medicine. What's good for the goose is good for the gander. If that's how it's really said, I mean, I might be pronounced, you know, I ain't the smartest tick in the tack, you know, like TikTok. Well, no, tic-tac-toe. Like, you know, I'm just saying shit now. Because this shit, I hope the Lord start that shit right this moment. But it's already been started when Yahawashi was raised on the cross and then was Salaki put on the cross and raised back up. Now it's intensifying and made this shit happen immediately. Because I don't know if I'm an elect, but I do know this. I love the Lord so much, even if I'm not. May the Lord destroy this bitch now. Anything. Listen, even if I'm not a part of the elect, but the elect get saved and delivered, that's better than this. I don't want to be a slave. I don't want to put my kids in slavery. I'm not going to do nothing to my children. You know, I'm trying to, you know, you try to map shit out. I'm one of them people they call a thinker. Even though I'm called retarded over here, crazy over there. I'm all these things. But you'll come ask me a question. Confusion. You know what I'm saying? I'm this, I'm that, I'm that. Why the fuck if I'm all these things, you ask me something then? I avoid people I think is retarded. That's what I do. Salakia. Because, you know, offenses going to always come. But guess what? The Lord going to be offended by you offending somebody that the Lord put in your fucking face, man. I ain't saying he put me in your face, but I'm going to say this much. Man, motherfuckers all about to be trembling. Because the thing is this. What we are saying is literally manifested before everybody's eyes. Be very afraid and feel my dread. When you suffer from depression the way that I suffer from it, it feel like it ain't no hope. The Lord is so cold. He gave a person that suffered from depression with a heavy ass demon. I'm still here though. Can you beat this demon? I could tell a whole bunch of number of accounts. The reason why I just be speaking freely, because I know I'm probably not going to be in the wilderness with y'all. In my spirit, I just feel that way. That's how tired I am. And I'm not going to do, I said I think crazy shit. That don't mean I'm going to act on nothing. Now let Esau take that shit out of the fuck he want to. You got to prove everything. And even if they come up with some AI shit or lie fake or do anything, the Lord know. Yahawah Bahasham Yahawashi, my witness. Man, fuck these devils. They can't do nothing. The spirit is under fucking feeded, man. You know how much demons I'm fighting? And to be around men that believe what I believe, and you got demons on you, and you can't recognize it, or people around you can't recognize it? No, I'd rather suffer, because I've been suffering all my motherfucking life. The difference between back then and now, I ain't never once said I'm going to kill myself. Now in the truth. But in the world, I used to be like, I'm so tired, I want to die. I still want to be sleeping, but I'm going to wait for the Lord to do it. I'm going to be such a man, we going to go ahead and walk every step with this shit. I'm going to show you what a man going to do. Man tired, nigga, I'm going to help you still. I got shit, I'm going to still help you. I'm going to be a brother and all that. Because to show you how cold the Lord is, with all this pain and suffering, the Lord gave me so much power just listening to one brother's videos that uplifted my spirit. The Lord got to still be dealing with me. Call Yahawah Bahasham for this truth. And that's still a semblance of light. Because we go into the dark. What's that Deuteronomy? Grow up in that darkness. You know, these motherfuckers gonna be trying to, man, ain't gonna be able to find and grab hold to nothing. Because when that famine of the word come, and you'll be a fucking fool trying to explain this to somebody then. You gonna be some nigga bait. That's my new term. Nigga bait, nigga. I'm just looking like, this look like off the Matrix. You ever seen one thing and then look up again and you see the same thing again? It might be a whole different thing, but what if it's... The elder is so funny though. Well, a lot of the elders is. Because, again, it's acquired taste, you know what I'm saying? Like, a younger Jake, you know how many elder brothers, elder men or women I probably laughed at or disrespected? So you get back what you give. You know, I figured it out. And the truth, when you offend somebody, you get offended. And even if you didn't offend somebody, you may get offended. Perfection is not going to be on this side. The most you can hope for is getting this wisdom, knowledge, and understanding and cleaving on. Because we in a perfect state, and the only perfection you can get is knowing the name and really believing wholeheartedly and not like forsaking the Lord. You in a weak ass imperfect body. You know, this lesson can go on for hours. I'm not trying to do that. I found some scriptures and I'm just thinking and meditate. The elder gave, because he was just going into giving game. And Jake really don't heed game. Pride is rampant and abundant within this thing. Because, like the elder said, he said, you know, a lot of things I said, he was like, the elder said, like literally, it's an aura around us. People, like, who is that? Because that's something different. And Jake ain't weak or weird. Well, weird is weird to people that don't, because you could be considered weird if people don't understand you. Yahawashi was considered weird. You know what I'm saying? Considered crazy. And if we are truly his disciples, the phone even chimed in. You know, like that's a spirit. I remember when me and the young brother that I bumped my head with so much first start feeling the phone chime in when we start speaking. I remember that. I remember that. We'd do lessons and the phone would chime in. We was like, damn. And then we started hearing brothers speaking on it. I'm not saying, it was just like the spirit opened up something to us collectively. Just like the beautiful part about being in this truth is this. You can go off and repent. I know myself enough like the Lord know me. I'm a very stubborn, I'm a mule, I'm a goat. I'm a goat. I'm a donkey, a jackass. I'm all them stubborn ass animals. I'm an Israelite. I'm praying I'm not a fucking 2/3. Because the thing is this. The Lord said I'm going to make your forehead hard against theirs. So he took the Israelites and they stubborn, but he made one righteous and one wicked. And they're going to bump against, you know. That's why you're going to have the elect and the non-elect. I pray I'm of the elect. Because death is coming on swift wings. No matter how much they don't want to believe it. Even people in the truth. Because I ain't going to call everybody that's in the truth a brother. I brought out Jeremiah chapter 9 and that scripture about every brother shall deceive, because it was going into when Israel is being wicked. And Israel is wicked for the most part. That's why the Lord going to kill more than he going to save. That's how wicked this place is, and that's why we need a transference, or we need to translate this kingdom from one people to another. It says, Romans chapter 12, verse 1, I beseech you, therefore, brethren, by the mercies of the Most High, that ye present your bodies as a living sacrifice, holy, acceptable in the Most High, which is your reasonable service. You know, at the end of the day, what's that? Ecclesiastes chapter 12. When you line them scriptures up like that, it'd be cold. But it talks about in Ecclesiastes chapter 12, I think verse 13, it talks about the whole duty of an Israelite man is to fear the Most High and keep His commandments. So if you was given this wisdom, knowledge, and understanding, and the Lord put it on your spirit, you can't be a prophet one day and then now I don't prophesy no more. You was never a prophet then. I got, to show you how the Lord really turned it up. A brother did a video about the Lord really turned it up. I know the Lord turned it up because it's even harder to do my day-to-day than it, and it shouldn't be as hard. I done put the steps in place to make it easy. Maybe I'm doing something off, but not really. It's just like it's everything is spiritual. They being more hard-headed, it's just like more stress, everything. So if you not aligned like that, well, that's what the brother said as well. You got to learn to love yourself first. So, I seen Jake sit up there at one point in time, I would call it selfish, but the scriptures talk about seek out your own salvation with fear and trembling. I can't worry about what the fuck you got going. I'm supposed to warn you. I'm supposed to rebuke you. I ain't supposed to chastise you. Let the Lord do that. But the Lord gonna know I tried. Because a big brother's supposed to do that. I ain't supposed to be concerned about myself to the point and shun my responsibilities. The elder went into that. And the cold part about it is this. The Lord do everything on purpose. Romans chapter 12 and verse 2. And be not conformed to this world. We supposed to be seeking the world to come. Not what the fuck we living in. Because we all in this truth because we don't like this present evil fucking world. But be ye transformed by the renewing of your mind. You was one way. You're supposed to be a new creature. Now you're supposed to be all about Yahawah Bahasham Yahawashi's business. So why the fuck Jake ain't doing what the elders decree? But then Jake want to try and question another person. But then they told me, and I'm not angry to the point. If I was angry to the point, like we all seen these things. But I just call a spade, a nigga, a bitch. I call women a women. I call my elders my elders. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you don't understand, you shouldn't really comment. If you ain't never really had a conversation with me, don't take something I said and run with that shit. That's offensive. Because we all slip of the tongue, but not of the heart. Because people leave the truth for less. But when you see some nigga shit, you supposed to call some nigga shit out. Because this truth ain't about nigga shit. And the thing is this, that's terrifying that the Lord allows something like that to happen. And all these things being exposed. So, again, because sentence against an evil work was not executed speedily. You know what I mean? Like, hey, I'm going to let you finish the rest. The Lord ain't playing with nothing. He said, I'm going to burn everything up. So you better, and the thing is this, the way I feel, I say that shit for a reason. When you suffer for so long, the elders say, I'm juggernaut. Brother, I respect that elder so much. That's why he the head. You know what I'm talking about? You got to have a powerful spirit like that. I love that man. No, and I ain't going to say no fucking homo, because if you know me or know my spirit, you'll know I ain't no fucking homo. That's what I'm saying, the weird shit. Jay gonna get some get right. We all gonna figure this shit out, and you gonna learn to be humble. And the Lord put powerful spirits on certain brothers for a reason. for a reason. But humble and confidence and pride all gonna be checked in this shit. Cause we all about to suffer. And again, I suffer. So again, it's amazing to me that now the world feeling like how the fuck I used to feel. I ain't gonna say call a lawyer, cause but that could be the Lord too, right? I'm gonna say this much though. I've been saying the Batman shit for like the 3 days because that shit always stuck in my mind. He said, I always feared bats. He said, so I dressed up like a bat. I proclaimed the scriptures because once I learned, whoa, I used to go to church with my mother and she looking for some kind of blessing, that prosperity doctrine type shit. I hated going to church with her. I would see shit at a young age. These hoes supposed to be the pastor's granddaughters, but they down there getting freaked on, dressed all over their fucking head. I said, this is a harlot fucking house. Back then. That's why I didn't like churches. But I'm going to show you something, how cold the Lord is. The Lord can still work on them harlot houses. Because I went in some of them harlot houses and heard the Lord speaking back then. They just wasn't calling on the name. If the Lord really truly dealing with them, they going to wake up. Like the elders say. And if he not, they not. And I'm not going to lose a week of sleep like nobody lost no sleep over me. Like brothers, like I'm going to still call you a brother. Like brother said, well, if you bug out, you bug out. If you fucking, you lose your house, take it, eat that shit. Go through what the fuck you supposed to do. Grow the fuck up. Get your nuts on your hair. Get your hair on your nut. You grow, be man up. Gird up thy loins, all that good shit. Because through adversity, we gonna be trying to make pure as gold, baby. I may be tired, but I ain't never gave up and said, fuck the Lord. The Lord got a specific task for me. I may not even be dying, but I may be very well dying. You know what I'm saying? I ain't the only man in the truth dying right now. I always bring up that movie, Man on Fire. If you're going to die, die for a purpose, a righteous one. And be not conformed to this world, but be ye transformed by the renewing of your mind, by these truth, that ye may prove what is that good and acceptable and perfect will of the Most High. Verse 3, for I say through the grace given unto me to every man that is among you, not to think of himself more highly than he ought to think, but to think soberly according as the Most High hath dealt to every man the measure of his faith. Every man ain't going to believe the same thing, because every man is not a man of the Lord. I was just reading James today, and it's so spiritual. Well, yesterday, it's so spiritual how everything is lining up with James. I watched him. I didn't even really watch him. I was just listening to the videos, and it was lining up with what I just did a video about in the book of James, like I was just reading. And I didn't read the book of James. And I don't really like this job because I'm seeing the spiritual division of Esau, Edom, Esau, or the Idumean, Esau, Edom, the Idumean, and Jacob, Israel, Yasharallah. I see the spirit that's out here that's about to make them clash. I just literally spoke on some true shit. And I'm not going to start. Listen, the one thing is this. I believe the Lord put a certain mouth. I'm too old to sugarcoat anything. It's a certain thing about humble, and it's a certain thing. See, it's funny. Talk about you respect your elders, but then Jake ain't really respect. Jake more knocked and snickered at, right? But then you will ask me for something. The fuck? You want to talk to me like I'm a toy. I could have been like certain other men and just, it's about me. Because I told two of you in a way that was too harsh for you. I'm supposed to play with your booty hole or something. Like I'm supposed to sugarcoat you like a girl. Like the fuck is wrong with y'all, man? Like this, the thing is this, I've had to deal. That's why I said, like Jake didn't even take the time to know. I've been dealing with demons since I was a little kid. And then when I said little shit, show you a low IQ, like the thing of this, I ain't about to bash nothing. At the end of the day, let the Lord bash it. I may very well be not right. That's why I'm pretty much divided or separated from the brothers. But I do know this, that Revelation chapter 3 is going to come regardless. Regardless, if I'm with y'all or without y'all. And I already knew through the Spirit, Jake wasn't helping them, so Jake wasn't going to help them. You know, like, Jacob, Ephraim, you know, Yasharala, period. You know what I'm saying? Now, through the Spirit, it's so you how this is so spiritual. I've been being fed through the Spirit since I've been gone. Called Yahawashi. That's why I know this is the truth. And I know where I got the truth from. I'll never bash it. I may speak on certain things, but even after that, I'll still say, you know, may the Lord protect his elect. And I'm just rambling at this point. And I had all these scriptures. This was a beautiful, powerful lesson from the particular elder brother. Because he went into like, give up shit, learn to lose, to gain. You know, people sacrifice shit all the time. But Jake, because you read these scriptures and knowing that we supposed to get a kingdom, that you thinking that you a king here. You can't rule in another man's kingdom, Jake. Most you could do is try to walk circumspectly. This is the book of 1 Peter chapter 2 and verse 5. I'm gonna start at verse 1. First Peter chapter 2 and verse 1. Wherefore laying aside all malice and all guile and hypocrisies and envies and all evil speaking. Once you come into this truth, we're supposed to love one another. The scriptures talk about the first commandment is loving your brother as you love thyself. Verse 2, as newborn babies desiring the sincere milk of the word that ye may grow thereby. If you not growing in this truth, then you a nigga. Verse 3, if so be ye have tasted that the Lord is gracious. I wish I wouldn't look up that word gracious. I'm going to look it up. Matter of fact, I ain't going to wish. I got the means to do it. Stop being fucking lazy.
Strong's G 5543. Christos.
Fit for use. That's the best definition in my mind right now. But I'm going to read the rest of them. Virtuous, good, manageable, mild, pleasant, as opposed to harsh, sharp, bitter. Now, the funny part is, I could look at and think about situations and what's called these things, so it's like a balance. I've been told both of things more pleasant, of people, kind, benevolent. But when you're in a position of leadership, the elder was speaking on that too. When you given a position, it ain't just a title. You gotta put in fucking work. And if you in a position of leadership, your position ain't just, I'm a friend. I tried to do that. I was amongst one young brother all the time. And this brother was around everybody while I'm just around him. To the point I got looked at the cornball, but I'm thinking to myself, this young dude don't know what the fuck he doing. And then when it got exposed that he didn't know what he's doing. Right. So, the thing is this. I'm not fearing what men think or nothing. I was homeless for years. Jake was talking about my motherfucking feet. My feet are jacked up, right? I walked around with 4 years and I took care of myself. I washed up every motherfucking day homeless. But that don't mean that you was able to take care of your body like that. You know, like, again, and I endured that shit for as long as I could. I never even spoke on that shit till now. While I was around them same brothers talking about me in my motherfucking face. And guess what? It's still the truth. In the perfect body, I'm gonna have some beautiful feet. Them bitches gonna rub the shit out of them. I could probably get a bitch to rub my feet now. Because that ain't really no big fucking deal. I think about more than just some pleasure, you know what I mean? Or some little inconsequential shit. Because when we got to go through this trouble, I had Jake talking about I'm gonna be fucking in the wilderness. Nigga, you gotta be worried about living in the wilderness. The fuck is you talking about? That's what I'm saying. Like, Jake, I'm glad I'm in my position. Because again, it's a test of my faith. I watched so many Jakes lead the camp and not teach no more. I don't know what I'm gonna do tomorrow, but I know this. My testimony ain't like everybody's. And I know I'm not Yahawashi, and I don't believe I'm a great man. But I ain't just the guy that just came in this bitch. I done gave up a lot for the Lord. What you gonna give up? And that's not threatening or trying to ask you a question. That's something to meditate the fuck on. You know, I almost wanted to say, if that's the case, if I'm so bugged out, why the fuck you keep on following me? I mean, I understand we watchmen, but if I'm a lost cause, like, I understand where the truth at. That's why I follow one doctrine. And I said I feel like that. I never said I was acting on it or I'm about to do this. If I was going to do anything, I know not to telegraph the punch. The thing is this. It don't matter if I never said nothing. They going to figure something out. My lot ain't like yours. You get what I'm saying? Verse 4. To whom comes as onto a living stone. We all supposed to be stones to this building. So we supposed to all be in one accord. The brother was just literally talking about, the elder brother was just talking about how when things ain't in order, how you got one man cool with one man, but this man might be over the other man, but the man that's over that man, you might have an officer that's over one man that might be going off. He checked that man, but the man that's over him might be cooler with the man that's going off. And then he pretty much disallow what he said. And then it causes a whole little divide. And, you know, this thing, that's scary, man. Because Jake will tell you how everything's supposed to be done and decently in order, but then they be going off. The fuck? That, man, this thing is terrifying, man. That's what the true fear of the fucking Lord is. Buying pussy ain't no fucking sin. You got men in the scriptures that bought pussy. The Lord ain't say, oh, they ain't shit or killed them. Like the fuck? You know, man, listen. And the thing is this. I ain't even gonna explain that. Because Jake literally done told me in my face, oh yeah, that's why you do it. Yeah, because I don't even want to, man, that feminine energy is beautiful when shit is in order. In this wicked ass place, Satan used that shit against me. Jake was talking about it. The elder brother was like, man, listen, even as much as he enjoyed, sometimes you want to get away from that shit. So just imagine a house full of it. On top of a head demon coming and a bitch don't know nothing. But she's still trying to rule. And heavy is the crown. Bitch, if you don't get that fuck, I'm a rule over in that house. When they come over there, you defend it. You know what I'm talking about? Verse 5. Ye also as lively stones are built up a spiritual house. This truth is not going to be shaken. The foundation of it is built. First, starting with our elders and our forefathers coming before us because they did the work, and then we coming back now, and our elders and our apostles that laid the foundation, we coming into other men's labors, and once you felt that this was the truth, that's why you're supposed to continue in it if you believe, and that's why the elder called him an Idumean. I still don't think he's an Idumean. I think something shook his faith up so bad he just ain't the elect. And guess what? I can account and attest to it because I can imagine what he saw. You know, you might have one Jake experience something. You know, this is like a situation might happen. You might have 5 people see the situation. Everybody might tell a different thing. They all saw the same thing at the same time. But it might have been different angles, different perspectives. People look at shit different. You know, this is like if you tell somebody a story, is they gonna repeat it. That's why the elders come into, they say teach what was taught. You was told something and then you changed it up. You're supposed to teach it how you was taught it. So you ever heard you tell somebody something and it go throughout the whole class, and by the time it get to the last person, the story changed. Esau used so many little fucked up tactics, man. Cause this is a weak ass world of like effeminized, weak ass, like, and again, I'm not a powerful man, but I know this much. I'm not a weakling either, man. I have had to endure a lot of shit. Saying that to say this, you gotta be somebody for me to follow you, man. Verse 5 again. Ye also as lively stones are built up a spiritual house and holy priesthood to offer up spiritual sacrifices acceptable to the Most High by Yahawashi Mashiach. Romans chapter 12 again. So you got Jake chasing after worldly shit, but talking about they sacrificing. The Lord got a whole motherfucking smorgasbord of shit he got for you. And the thing is this, I go through enough. That's why I was laughing when Jake used to say that shit. I'm envious or jealous of the brother. I want to be the leader. Man, do you know how much shit I got going on? I felt like I was going to pass out trying to go do the work yesterday. And still had to run home and do what, like, Jake, you don't know shit. Why don't you ask me a question before you assume something? Get it out of my mouth first. You know what I'm saying? That's like one of the most offensive things you can actually do. And I've done it, and I've watched brothers do it. I still call you a brother, because as long as you believe it, you know, I understand why Jake be wondering if I'm a brother. You know, it really cut when the brother spoke to me and then I reached out to him, and then that brother didn't respond back. Because the thing is, I understand why. Like the brother did that video. He said, shit, don't associate. But I remember when I was coming to truth when Jake was associating. But Jake grew. The weirdest part about this shit is I keep seeing Jake in the street. And I beep. And Jake don't beep. And I understand that Jake feels some kind of way. That's love. But that's also like some bitch shit too. Like women hold grudges more than men. And I could actually bring up accounts of certain shit, but I'm not. If I'm the demon, well, you got rid of the demon and made the Lord destroy me right now when I get off of this lesson. You know, and even if I make it to tomorrow, I can still be the demon. The Lord does what he wants to do at his will. But I do know this. We about to see how tough every motherfucking body is. The only men I know that's really tough and strong in the spirit is my elders and apostles. And I'm not saying that no other men is not spiritually tough, because, I mean, I listen to a lot of certain brothers. I remember when I made a point, I said, way Jake always saying some shit, I don't even want to listen to y'all. And right after I made that statement, the elder said, that'll be off if you just want to listen to us. And I was like, damn, because I already knew it was an off statement. Because the spirit ain't just dwelling with one person. But it's fucked up for you to think that you more highly elevated than anybody. Scriptures talk about how a man that's on a higher level supposed to actually take the time out for the men on the lower. He's supposed to drain himself. You know, a king sat on a fucking throne and had to hear the complaints of the people all motherfucking day, man. So again, people want shit without really understanding what the fuck come with it. And the thing is this, we all about to earn what the fuck we supposed to get. Man, I'm getting mad now. Because the thing is this, if you supposed to be on a level, then show me. I respect that those that know what the the spirit gonna tell you what it is. And then you got Jake, man, Salaki. That shit pissing me off. Satan been fucking with me the whole time, and then you got Jake talking stupid shit though. Philippians chapter 4 and verse 1. I therefore, the prisoner of the Lord, Yahawah shall beseech you that ye walk worthy of the vocation wherewith ye are called. If you supposed to be an elder, be the fucking elder, man. Don't be afraid to pass judgment because you're supposed to be in your authority. Don't tell me, oh, well, that was the spirit of the Lord, but then you want to cuss this man out because you like this man more? That's corny as fuck, man. That'll make a person question. And the thing is this, therefore, that's where the judgment come. You got a lot of Jakes really thinking they about to just like moonwalk into the fucking kingdom. And I remember the elder brother from Atlanta saying that. He said, ain't nobody moonwalking, electric sliding, boogalooing. Ain't nobody about to do the Harlem Shake or none of that shit. We about to all catch holy hell fucking fire. And rightfully fucking so. Verse 2. With all lowliness and meekness, with long suffering, forbearing one another in love. You get what that says? You're supposed to love your fucking brothers, man. And anything I've ever done, I did out of the motherfucking love. And I heard elder brothers speak on that shit, man. If I yelled at you, it's because you get your shit in order, man. No, it's talking about sheepdogs. A sheepdog literally might nip at the sheep to make his ass, oh, you better walk that motherfucking way. King David was fucking fighting lions and bears and shit. You really think King David was meek? King David said, nigga, we gonna take all your shit if you'll do it. Fuck is you talking about, man? See, the funny part is, I always tripped on when Jake, he's supposed to have all this spiritual wisdom and knowledge, will forget certain scriptures. And then I would feel some kind of way about the shit. But my spirit ain't broken, Lord willingly. But if it is, well, like Jake was saying, I'm the demon. Or, well, bug out or whatever the fuck. But if it's the will of the Lord and it's supposed to be like this, if all this supposed to do is toughen me, I'm going to be a tough motherfucker. You know what I'm talking about? A mofo. And I ain't even trying to fuck these mothers. I'm going to walk over these bitches' heads. That's how much I could detach. Verse 3, endeavoring to keep the unity of the spirit in the bond of peace. Verse 4, there's one body and one spirit, even as ye are called, one hope of your calling. One Lord, one faith, one baptism, one most high and Father of all, who is above all and through all and in you all. Because we all believe the same thing. So I would love to see this pettiness in. Yeah, I'm upset, but I ain't bitter. Because if I was bitter, bitterness destroys the soul. Bitterness would have made me big give up. I've watched the dude leave right before I left. All based on, I believe, one particular situation. And I watched him come back bugged out. Man, listen. I probably be looked at goofy because I called that out. I saw it for what it was. I was like, well, damn, that happened down there, not that up here. How the fuck? It could be a multitude of things. Maybe the Lord just cutting off the fat, or it's a demon within. I don't know. I mean, the elder tell you it's agents and demons and shit like that. So, and I'm not trying to shake nobody's faith, but the Lord's shaking everybody's fucking faith. You better get your spiritual strength up. Cause guess what? I did a lot by my own, and guess what? The spirit be still telling me this is the truth. What happens when the Lord puts you in a position where you in a camp by yourself? You got a camp by yourself. I seen a young brother do that. I had respect for that young brother. I watched that brother, after I showed him respect, disrespect me. And I used to watch that brother. You show you how these young brothers is. They trying to actually impress these older brothers. You got Jake going out being in these white bitches' faces, but they ain't fucking nothing. You spending money. This is what you doing every week trying to get a bitch. I just get this bitch about $50 here. Come, I ain't gonna just put my dick in you raw and have no bumps. I mean, it's funny for real. That's the judgment of the fucking Lord. Goofy. Since you had it, you got it. You know every fucking thing. John chapter 15. I'm going to start at verse 1. Because this is so beautiful right here. Because at the end of the day, this is what makes us brothers. The Lord took men, women, and everybody from different walks in life, different personalities, different spirits, but brought us up all under one spirit. To believe this. And if you was given any belief for this, I seen the title of a video earlier today. Brother was like, don't take for granted the word of the Bible or something like that. And I was like, damn, because that's deep. And they channel name is kind of similar like to our channel name used when I was part of the camp. And you know what? The truth of the matter is, if I'm fucked up, I wouldn't even want no fruit. I've never had no problem telling a woman the truth and them lightweight listening. You know what I'm saying? You can't really, she really got to be a elect woman to be really just locked in. But for the most part, these women, they too in love with the world. Because women love pleasure. And some of these niggas do too. I'm watching myself battle some spirits. It's all kind of shit be going on within these camps. And the Lord is really tightening up like the elder said. Don't get left trying to literally still hold on to the world. You're supposed to be leaving the world alone more and more. I just came up with a conclusion earlier today. I said, I'm going to do this and this. And then the motherfucker that I said I was going to deal with literally spent me. So I said, you know what? And the elder was speaking about so much shit. And I said, you know what? That was so spiritual. Call Yahawashi for the truth, man. That's how powerful the Lord is, man. I said, damn, how I'm going to anoint or get anointed. Because you really I can anoint my children, but to get if the Lord dealing with you, I guess you could anoint yourself. But you need an anointing from the Heavenly Father through the Spirit. The elder literally said some shit that had to align with everything I was saying and what I'm going. It was so powerful, man. Call Yahawashi. And that's what makes me keep on walking this walk. The Lord ain't really left. He just made it. He changed up the scenario. That's all. He tried my faith. And like I said, if you ever see that narrative episode when Mike guy fought Madra was like the motherfucking most powerful. He was like one of the most powerful characters in the motherfucking thing. And Mike guy was considered corny, but he was powerful. And he was whooping on his ass. But he sacrificed himself. And guess what? At the end of the fight, he almost killed Madra. Madra was like, you are the most mightiest of all of them. Out of everybody he fought, he said, this nigga powerful than the motherfucker. John chapter 15 and verse 1. I am the true vine and my Father is the husbandman. Every branch in me that beareth not fruit, he taketh away. If you not really conducive to the truth, the Lord is going to make you not believe in this truth. The Lord can't use you. But if you just an example, like for instance, I look at myself as an example to let brothers straighten up, tighten up. If after as diligent, because brothers would call me diligent, I would hear brothers saying, oh yeah, that brother's a charitable brother. He gives, he charitable. He sit up there, I'm this type of brother, but at the same time, I'm a cornball. But it was funny to me because I used to think some kind of way. I'm watching you laugh at me, but I'm thinking to myself like, this nigga don't even know. Right. Like, it was so much little nigga shit. That's a heavy demonic spirit. Wanna know why? I'm not surprised because I went through some very demonic shit here. Satan ain't done with me yet. I'm gonna get tested until I'm taken away. I'm not even mad at brothers. Because at the end of the day, everything is the Lord. So I'm literally saying that. What you gotta say? I'm of sober mind and thought. You know what I mean? Like, the fuck? I know what's going on, but we ain't gonna fake it though. You literally said fuck me in my face. I forgive you, but I don't want to talk to you. I don't want you to ask me no dumbass questions or nothing. You stay over there and make you what you got going and then you made it, you know, but nigga, you literally said fuck me and left me for dead. What the and I'm not bitter. I'm just going, like the elder said, you know, you remove yourself from situation. You show you how the power of the Lord is. I could tell you another video that contrary to that one. And it don't necessarily have to be speaking on me. It's the spirit. That's the balance of it. I play a part. And, you know, maybe I should have sat back. You know what was the funniest thing about this? I'm going to say this. I got to. After the situation of being so hardcore on one particular brother, even after that, that same brother would go get me to talk to another brother that was bucking up to him. And that's when I learned, like, when you disrespect a brother and you be out of order, the Lord will bring up that same disruption on that same brother. And I watched that when I first came to camp, and I went through it. I bucked up against Jake, and then the young brothers bucked up against me, and then the brother he was over bucked up. It was like a continuous cycle. And that's what the elder was talking about how, you know, when the shit ain't in order, it'll be out of order. So may the Lord fix it for them. But I'm over here. Let me deal with my household. I don't have nothing to do with that. Let that man that's in charge deal with that. And you got enough brothers that actually is supposed to be in unison and unity that's supposed to be able to fix that. Do your fucking job, man. Because the thing isn't about just having no fucking rank or just being, I look up to the big brother almighty. It's supposed to be about, with authority comes hard decisions and shit like that. Motherfuckers don't even understand about responsibility, man. So why the fuck would I just follow you blindly? I'm about to hang. That just made me mad. Verse 3. I'm verse 2 again. Every branch in me that beareth not fruit, he taketh away, and every branch that beareth fruit, he purgeth, that it may bring forth more fruit. So if the fruit ain't doing what it's supposed to, if you know, when you ever go into husbandry, you know, they clip leaves and clip the shit to make it grow more abundantly. So, you know, the Lord is constantly sifting. So hopefully my sifting actually gonna bring forth fucking fruit. Verse 3. Now ye are clean through the word which I have spoken unto you. Abide in me and I am in you. So I'm gonna try to abide as well as the Lord allowing the Spirit to dwell within me. As the branch cannot bear fruit of itself except it abide in the vine, no more can ye except ye abide in me. I am the vine, Yahawah Bahasham Yahawashi, or Yahawashi Mashiach. He the branch. He the rod, he the staff. You know, Ezekiel chapter 5, talk about breaking the staff of bread. When the Lord allows his devil to break that staff of bread, we gonna lean on Yahawah Bahasham Yahawashi. And if you lean it on your own understanding, and I heard Jake say some carnal shit, and I've said carnal shit, so I don't judge it like that, but at the same time, you just want me to blindly follow you though, but I'm watching you. I'm watching it. See, the thing is this, I done seen a lot of shit in my time. I trust rarely, but I wholeheartedly trust in His truth. But the Lord will test you through me in His truth. That's why you got these examples coming out with certain men as of lately. Shit. Nigga, if I'm working with them, the fuck would I tell you for? The fuck? Nah. You don't think I know how to hide water? I know how to not hold it, hide it, nigga. Verse 6. If a man abide not in me, he is cast forth as a branch and is withered, and men gather them and cast them into the fire, and they are burned. You heard what that said? I don't even need to repeat it. If you ain't got the Lord with you in these coming times, Lord gonna smoke you all the way the fuck up. If ye abide in me and my words abide in you, ye shall ask what ye will, and it shall be done unto you. It was that in James as well. Talking about a man praying in faith. If a man don't believe what he pray, I'm butchering it, but if the scriptures talking about pretty much you got to believe what you asking for. You got to have faith in what you asking for. I believe that's James. But that's spiritual because the brother just did a video. I think they in New Jersey. But the brother did a video. He said you got men that believe but still lack faith. That's deep. And to show you how spiritual that is, because you got an offshoot of the brothers, but they still teach the same doctrine. I still remember when I left, that's when they called for men to come back to the camps or come to be one body. And Jake rejected it. You had some men came, I heard. You had men. And when I heard it, I said, damn, that's crazy. Because the elder, as long as I've been in the truth, the elder didn't do that. So when he did it, I was like, damn, what kind of shit going on? I was like, God damn, I was scared. But that show you the vision is of the Lord, man. Hopefully, you be reconciled, or if it's not, I'll be looking at, if you ever seen that show Vikings, Ragnar Lockbrook, faith was so tested because he believed in the Viking gods, and then he started believing Christianity. He pretty much became an atheist. And before he died, he had a vision, and he was left out of Valhalla. I've heard a lot of elders talk about their biggest fear is literally seeing the chariots coming, not get beamed up. That's terrifying. To be left in this world that's about to be destroyed. To be unworthy. You didn't put in work and you be unworthy. You know what y'all sacrifice for niggas and brothers? Is to be unworthy? But everything does happen for a reason. And I'm not begging for sympathy. I'm just speaking. If you sympathize, that's the spirit, I guess. I don't know. I'm talking. Again, Jake, I ain't never told you about my deepest, darkest secrets and no shit like that. The fuck? And no homo. I'm saying literally, like, it's just like right now, I'm just pouring my heart out because, I see darkness, man. And the light is far away. I see light, but it's far away. You know what I'm talking about? For me. But I still see light. Verse 7, if ye abide in me and my words abide in you, ye shall ask what ye will, and it shall be done unto you. I pray that the Lord watch over his elect. I pray he watch over my family. At the end of the day, I'm his servant and slave. My lot is whatever the Lord's will is. Verse 8, herein my Father glorifieth that ye bear much fruit, so shall ye be my disciples. As the Father hath loved me, so have I loved you. Continue ye in my love. If ye keep my commandments, ye shall abide in my love, even as I have kept my Father's commandments and abide in his love. This is not about us. It's about doing the will of Yahawashi. I watched a brother do a video. Well, I didn't watch this video. I read the title. He said, if you put the same matter, it was like roughly paraphrased. He said, instead of chasing these women, chase the Lord or something like that. You know what I mean? Like Jake just cussing everybody out because it's a whole bunch of shit being revealed, man. Because we live in revelations. We at the end, man. Call Loyim Yahawashi. Verse 11. These things have I spoken unto you, that my joy might remain in you, and that your joy might be full. This is my commandment, that ye love one another as I have loved you. Greater love hath no man than this, that a man lay down his life for his friends. Ye are my friends if you do whatsoever I command you. And I'm trying to do the will of Yahawashi, because I've tried to do my will, even within the truth. Even within the truth. I went to jail trying to control my household to the point where the Lord said, through the elder, yeah, you do it again, it's all bad. And I recognized the elder having the spirit, and I said, shit. And that's when I truly locked in with the elder, if you want to know the truth. But nobody even knew that. I just gave you that. Stop fucking assuming, man. That shit is annoying. Because the thing is this, we all can say shit. I got to deal with these Edomites that I don't even like Edomites. You know what I mean? Like, I know these is Edomites. I don't think it's many Jakes, period. A lot of miserable ass people. I'm miserable. Show you how the Lord's so cold. My attitude is on some like, pessimistic. And then I'm around all this pessimistic ass shit. But the thing is this, that's when I'm going to get the comfort. Because I know the Lord is working a work that you motherfuckers don't believe, except for the elect. The elect don't believe it. The thing is this, as deep and dark as my spirit can get, I believe wholeheartedly that the Lord is real because he done did too much for me. Now you shall feel my dread. Ye are my friends if you do whatsoever I command you. Henceforth I call you not servants, for the servant knoweth not what his Lord doeth, but I have called you friends, for all things that I've heard of my Father I have made known unto you. And we pretty much are proclaiming this truth. We are considered the Lord's friend, the hopeful elect, because we don't know if we are the elect, but we have a good chance of being, because, we bring out the truth of the scriptures. I was listening to the brother do a video about that, Ezekiel chapter 2, talking about the book of Lamentations, Mourners, and Woe. People don't want to hear that shit. My spirit is going to tell you motherfuckers what it is. You got the elders that's a lot more seasoned. They give you a little gang. But you know what? After cussing everybody out, a little Edomite bitch, I wouldn't even look, and I need to really be more circumspect. I'm trying to look at the camera, not looking at my surroundings. I look up, a little Edomite bitch come past, and she look at me and she say, hello. And my instinct was, I'm about to say, bitch, what is you? But then the spirit said, hello. And I was like, damn. And it calmed me down. But I also know this, if we was talk to talk mannerably or civilly or politely to these people, they still gonna hate us. Because our message they don't want to hear. Verse 16. Ye have not chosen me, but I have chosen you and ordained you that you should go and bring forth fruit, and that your fruit should remain, that whatsoever you shall ask of the Father in my name, ye may give it to you. These things I commanded you, that ye love one another. If the world hate you, know that it hated me before it hated you. So you're going to be hated by the world. And the elder brought that out. You condemn the world if you're a true prophet. So why would they love you? You're going to catch hell and trouble in the flesh. Why wouldn't you? Your life is not supposed to be comfortable, because this is a job without a retirement. And I've been saying that as of lately because it was spiritual what the elder said. You can't get this shit up. If you consider yourself a prophet, he even said, well, if you consider yourself a priest, like a Levite was a priest. A Levite had a priestly station, and a Levite had a time of retirement. He brought that up. I didn't even know that. Showing you how lowly I am in the scriptures. I just say shit and sometimes it be right. But nonetheless, no. I know the Lord wouldn't be satisfied for me to just be like, oh, well, motherfuckers try to satisfy and appease their own soul because, we came in this thing prophesying. So we was all considered prophets, remember? Remember when you thought you was a prophet? So you can't give up now, or you wasn't really never a true prophet. And I understand why the elder be feeling some kind of way. You got men. Yeah, that's just like, again, I showed a Jake a lot of little game, and then this Jake looked at me like I was a cornball, and I was like, wow, that's crazy. You ask me questions on how to get a bitch, and then wonder why you succumb to a bitch. Goofy. Nobody else with antennas went up like, yeah. I used to joke with it too. I was like, man, you gonna be in Jacob's trouble trying to find all the bitches. That's what you gonna be concerned with. Not about running. Motherfucker just gonna open the door with a bitch standing in front of it. You gonna run in there like off of centers. Like, yeah, it's a jukebox spot. Yeah, man, bitches. The motherfucker gonna eat your dumb ass. Like, just stupid. Like, man, I'll take the chance by myself, man. Because the thing is this. The Lord about to really show you how wicked he can get. If the Lord gave you this truth, we all go off. I suggest you repent like I'm going to repent. Jake always talking about repent. Ain't we all always repent because we always going off? I suggest you repent wholeheartedly and come back to the law, statutes, and commandments of your heavenly Father, whose true name in the biblical Hebrew or the Paleo Hebrew is Yahawah, meaning he is, he exists. Bahasham, Baz, and Haz, thus Shem his name. Yahawashi, meaning he saves or he delivers. True names of the Most High God and the Son, who you people ignorantly call God and Jesus Christ, but whose true name in the Paleo Hebrew is Yahawah, Bahasham, Yahawashi, before you be destroyed. And with that, I'm going to give all praises, all honor, and all glory to call Loyam, by Yahawah, Bahasham, Yahawashi. Double honors to the elders and the apostles. They told me this truth. Peace and salutation to the Akim across the four corners of the earth, pushing this truth with faith and with sincerity, as well as risking their lives and the freedom to do so, now more so than ever. Shalom to the Akim and the Akwata to listen and learning, Lord willingly. This is edifying. Shalom to the Israelite foreigners scattered abroad and the land of other nations appearing like the other nations, subscribing to the truth to you. Say shalom to next time, Lord willingly. Shalom, shalom. Kwam Yasharallah. And Wath Lababal.